Today we're talking about one of those quirky little motorhomes that really tried to do everything and almost pulled it off. It's called the Bela Trendy one, and even though it's not that old, it definitely feels like a forgotten gem. This tiny RV came from a German company called WOF GmbH, and it first showed up back in 2017 as a prototype at a major European trade show. It kept making appearances for a few years, but by 2020, it quietly disappeared after only a few hundred units were ever made. Along the way, it even got a couple of variations, like the Trendy 1S and the slightly tweaked Trendy 1G with more storage. What made the Bela Trendy one stand out was how unbelievably compact it was. At just under 17 feet long, it was barely bigger than a regular car, just taller and a bit more bulbous up front thanks to the cub-over bed. And yet somehow, it managed to pack in sleeping space for 3 people, and a surprising number of features you'd expect in a much larger motorhome. Now, this wasn't built for full-time van life or long road trips. It was really more of a weekend getaway vehicle, perfect for couples who wanted something small, simple, and easy to drive. But here's the thing that really turned heads. It had a full dry bathroom. In something this small, that's a big deal. Under the hood, it ran on a modest 1.6-liter engine with 105 horsepower and a 6-speed manual transmission. It was built on a Fiat Doblo base, with a fiberglass shell added on top for the living space. Interestingly, the cab and the living area weren't connected internally, which is pretty unusual by today's standards, but that design choice allowed for a dedicated sleeping area above the cab. Inside, the layout was surprisingly practical. At the back, you had that full-width bathroom. In the middle, there was a compact kitchen and a small dining area that could seat 3 people and convert into an extra bed if needed. Of course, things would get pretty tight with 3 people inside, but the option was there. The kitchen itself was simple but functional. You got a 2-burner gas cooktop, a sink with glass covers that doubled as prep space, a small fridge, and a decent amount of storage. There were overhead cabinets, a surprisingly roomy lower cabinet, and even a tiny wardrobe tucked in between the kitchen and bathroom. And then there's the bathroom, which is honestly the most impressive part of the whole setup. It had a separate shower with a plexiglass door, a sink with a vanity, and a cassette toilet. For a motorhome this size, having enough room to actually move around in the bathroom was a huge win. On top of that, it came with some nice extras like a manual awning, a bike rack, a skylight above the sleeping area, a heater, and decent water tank capacities for short trips. All of this in a vehicle that weighed just over 2 tons. When it first launched, the starting price was around 36,990 euros, which made it a pretty attractive option for budget-conscious buyers looking to get into RV life without going too big. So why didn't it last? Well, part of it had to do with changes to the base vehicle and the company shifting toward larger platforms. But sometimes, even a really clever idea just doesn't catch on the way you'd expect. The Bela Trendy one is a great example of a motorhome that dreamed big in a very small package. It had personality, smart design, and a lot of ambition. And even though it didn't stick around for long, it's still one of those rare little RVs that people remember whenever it pops up again.